Hi, it's Stacey. How are you? I hope that you're having a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful Wednesday. And thank you so much for the comments. I love the comments and compliments and thank you. I'm always grateful. I love to hear what everybody else has to say because, as I always tell you, it has nothing to do really with me. I mean, I grow from it, but you never know who's not commenting, that's reading, that can benefit from what you have to say. So keep them coming. And of course, thank you, the compliments, thank you so much. Anyway, and then again, let me repeat for those of you who are not on MySpace, my page where the comments are is MySpace.com/Stacye Branché. Anyway, so, but you're welcome to leave comments on my YouTube page or soulfair.com. Okay, anyway, so last night's topic was no such thing as failure, which I don't believe there really is. And I like what everybody had to say. As I told you, if I offended anyone, I apologize. Just my own perspective of relationships and life and blah, blah, blah. Anyway, so tonight I got a really interesting email last night, and I asked if I could share it because I thought it was a great question, which was, when you start dating someone, when should you start having sex? I thought that was a fabulous question. And I think that anything you do, it has to feel right to you. That's the first and foremost. Everybody has their own opinion about that. You know, things have changed a lot because years ago, before the AIDS epidemic, the biggest thing people worried about was an unwanted pregnancy. And so usually you dated and got to know somebody, but you did get to know them. People went on dates and they had relationships and then they had relations. As opposed to now, I think it's interesting. You know, we have an epidemic that could kill people, and yet we feel like if we just put a condom on, it's all good, so let's just go have sex. And I think that's really interesting because at least what I've witnessed in my own life is that people just seem to be about, let's get at it, as opposed to getting to know each other and getting to know who they're dealing with. I think that, again, it goes back to that list of knowing what it is you want and need. If you're in it for a relationship, that's not how you start a relationship out. You don't meet somebody and then just go have sex with them. I mean, I'm not saying that it's an impossibility. I'm saying that's not usually how it works. But if you're just trying to go do your thing, then by all means, knock yourself out. And, you know what I mean? So I think you have to know what you're going into it for. Sometimes we are just there for the sexual satisfaction, and I think then if that's what you're there for, that's great. But if there's something you want more, if you want a deeper connection, if you want a relationship, then you need to think about all of those things. I think the downside to condoms, because I really believe that condoms ruined relationships, just my own thought, and let me explain why, because I know that sounds like an ignorant comment, but it's not. There was a time when people really did try to get to know each other. And then it's like this barrier came, and because of this barrier, people started just giving themselves away. And I mean that about men and women. It's just like, hey, you know, we're just going to do this. But, you know, this is your temple. I don't care if you're a man or a woman. This is your temple. This is your gift. And I just think it's so interesting how people so freely give themselves away. That just, to anybody. Oh, you're hot. Okay, let's, you know, what is that? Like, when do you love yourself? When do you stop for 5 minutes and go, okay, I need something past this little 15-minute romp we're going to have. I want to be able to talk to somebody. I want to go to the movies with somebody. I want someone to hold my hand. When do you want more than just physical satisfaction? So, again, I just always believe that condoms did change things because condoms were not main staple 20 years ago, contrary to what some people might think. Well, I think now it is exactly 20 years, but yeah, I guess it has been exactly 20 years, but 25 years ago, they weren't main staple. They were, you know, if you pulled out a condom, that was like saying the other person was dirty. You know, it was an interesting thing. And then, of course, as I said, the epidemic came, and it became about saving your life. But I think that we have made sex very casual. And again, it is just sex, okay. But at the end of the day, when do you stop to honor yourself? Like, as I said, if you're just there to do what you're doing, that's all great. But know why you're there. But you got to know why you're there. And I think sometimes people aren't there because they just want. I mean, they're letting their not their emotions, but their sex drive overtake what they genuinely want for themselves, as opposed to taking a moment and getting to know somebody and figuring out, do I really want to be bothered with you? Because, right, there's no residual. If we use a condom, there's no residual. I ain't never got to talk to you again. But when do you stop and want more than that? I guess for me. So to answer the question, I think you should just roll in how you feel. Follow your gut, but know why you're going where you're going. If you want something more, then work towards something more. If you just want to have sex, then just have sex. And it doesn't really matter because you're going to do it when you want to do it. So I think that you should be clear. But I always think at the end of the day, you got to honor yourself. You just have to honor your temple, your body, and respect yourself. Because when you love and respect yourself, I genuinely believe it is a lot harder to just give yourself away. Be you man or woman, I just think it is. I think when you love yourself, you want something more substantial in your existence beyond, you know, getting off. So, just my own little thought process. So, the question of the night is, when you are dating or when you start dating someone, when is it a good time to start having sex? I cannot wait to hear what you all have to say because I'm very curious. Maybe I'm just out of the loop and I don't really get it, what's going on right now. I just find that the people that have approached me, there is no want to eat, want to nothing. There's not even a meal involved. It's just, look here. And I'm like, whoa, who are you? Where'd you come from? What is that? I don't relate to that. So I honor myself more than that. It isn't about, I have an agenda, but beyond my agenda, I just honor myself and love myself enough that everybody doesn't get to play in the you know, the land of plenty. It's not for everyone. And I don't care how hot you are. Yeah, that's all great. I want to be able to talk to you later. Just me, personally. Anyway, so that's the question. When you start dating someone, when is it a good time to start having sex? Ponder that. I'd love to hear what everybody has to say, because everybody's in a different place and wants different things, so I'm really curious. My song of the day, I know it already. It is The Getting to Know You by Babyface on the Grown and Sexy CD. Anyway, I will see you soon. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of the day. Love and blessings. Bye. I know it already.